Greetings, friends. Think about it easy. Iron Man 3, one of the best superhero movies ever. The reason why is it succeeds in place movies like The Avengers failed. It has stuff for the casual, explosion-hungry moviegoer. It has stuff for the passionate comic book fan. It has stuff for the cynical film aficionado. So it satisfies all three without sacrificing much, and while still reserving the ability to surprise my friends. Now, The Avengers was a great film because it codified the superhero franchise as a thing. And it was action-packed, doubtless. But ultimately, The Avengers was two giant fight scenes strung together via mostly assumed background information. So Iron Man 3 is not that. It has the heart of the first Iron Man movie. Maybe even more. And, as well as stylized comic book tropes. Your evil, scheming corporate masterminds, your superhuman abilities necessary for a superhero film to be successful. But above all, Iron Man 3 has a cohesive plot with very few plot holes. Something that is supremely appreciated these days. It reserves the fight scenes for when they actually matter. Now, most blockbuster action movies recklessly jump from set piece to set piece, from explosion to plotless explosion, but with no regard for tying any of its emotional investment the audience makes just by walking into the theater. Iron Man 3 doesn't. See, Robert Downey Jr. turns in the fun, inoffensively sardonic performance we've all come to expect from him, with some welcome sincerity thrown into the mix. Now, when Tony Stark is targeted by a new terrorist mastermind, he decides to provoke him into battle. Now, the plan backfires, however, when his personal world, including Pepper Potts, played by the Gwyneth Paltrow, with increased screen time this time, is viciously attacked. Yes, expectation is shirked at this point, however, when Stark goes to get him, moment takes a detour into a fancy road movie territory. This is where Iron Man 3 really stands out. It plays me at the idea of Stark as a technological genius, as an exhausted but stubbornly determined stalwart, as a reluctant role model. Now, Ty Simpkins is one of the best child actor performances in years as Harley, a kid Stark meets along the way. Now, at the end of the film, you desperately want some kind of Joseph Gordon-Levitt at the end of Dark Knight Rises moment with Harley. And when Stark finally reaches his target, he learns a thing or two about the identity and context of the superhero world. Now, where the film falters most of its feeble attempt at addressing the craziness of the Avengers in the context of a very realistic and superhero-themed movie. Stark, clearly shaken by the events of the film, does little more to address it than confessing to Pepper something along the lines of, "How crazy was that?" Crazy, loco! So that's because Iron Man 3 feels real. All of its comic bookish elements are rooted in the terrestrial technology, innovation, science. Even Guy Pearce, who gives the most cartoonishly comic booky performance of the film as a pathetic nerd turned confident millionaire, has some foundation in reality. The film takes place in a post 9/11 world where terror is a real thing, with real political implications. It investigates the iconography of good and evil, and sometimes confusing nature of the symbolic fight between them, with a very memorable performance from Ben Kingsley as Mandarin. Now, and besides that, Iron Man 3 is hilarious. By far the funniest superhero movie in recent memory. It's fun as hell. It keeps your eyes glued to the screen and has you leaving in theater in awe. It's running right up there with the Dark Knight for best superhero movie ever. If it is what the Marvel Phase 2 will be like, then we're probably in for even more treats going forward.